Few games can claim to have revolutionized the genre while standing as an unforgettable work of art, yet Persona 5 accomplishes both with an effortless swagger befitting its rebellious theme. Released by Atlus in 2016, Persona 5 is not just your regular JRPG, it is an emotional journey, a visual masterpiece, and a sonic triumph. Whether it's the stylish flair of its presentation, the heart-pounding rhythm of its soundtrack, or the deeply engaging gameplay and story, Persona 5 transcends the medium to become a cultural phenomenon. This video will explore why Persona 5 is not only a feast for the senses, but also a defining title in the legendary and long-lasting JRPG genre. The Persona series, a spin-off of the Shin Megami Tensei franchise by Atlus, began its journey in '96 with Revelations Persona for the PlayStation. Unlike its parent series, which focused heavily on post-apocalyptic themes and demon negotiation, Persona introduced the unique blend of high school life simulation and turn-based combat centered around summoning manifestations of the character's psyches called personas. The series evolved further with Persona 2 Innocent Sin and its sequel Eternal Punishment, which added richer storytelling, more complex characters, and social commentary. However, it was with Persona 3 in 2006 that established the formula the series is now renowned for, combining dungeon crawling with a robust calendar-based social system that lets players build relationships with in-game characters. When Persona 5 launched in 2016, it didn't just follow the formula established by its predecessors, it redefined it. Set in modern-day Tokyo, the game introduced players to the Phantom Thief of Hearts, a group of rebellious teenagers who use their personas to infiltrate the cognitive realm of corrupt individuals and reform them. The narrative tackles themes of societal oppression, systemic corruption, and personal rebellion, making it one of the most ambitious entries in this series. For many fans, including myself, Persona 5 is the pinnacle of the series for several reasons. The characters are exceptionally well developed, from the charmingly rebellious leader Joker to the endearing socially awkward Futaba. Each Phantom Thief is a deeply personal story that ties into the game's overarching themes of justice and liberation. Beyond its gameplay and narrative, Persona 5 excels as an artistic and cultural statement. Its unforgettable soundtrack, composed by Shoji Meguro, combines jazz, funk, and rock elements to create tracks that perfectly encapsulate the game's tone and energy. The social simulation aspect, balancing school life, friendships, and part-time jobs, ground this fantastical plot in the relatable everyday experiences. Persona 5 isn't just a game, it's a celebration of individuality and rebellion against societal norms. In my opinion, it stands as the definitive Persona title, setting a benchmark not just for the series, but for JRPGs as a whole. From the moment Persona 5 starts up, it becomes clear that you're stepping into a world that just radiates style. The art direction is nothing short of breathtaking, combining bold, vibrant colors with sharp, sleek designs that just leap off the screen. Every visual element in the game feels meticulously crafted to evoke a sense of intrigue and rebellion. The red, black and white color scheme isn't just striking, it's emblematic of the Phantom Thieves' bold defiance against a corrupt society. This attention to detail extends even to the smallest aspects, such as the animations for mundane actions like opening a menu or finishing a battle. The victory screen animation, with its stylish poses and fluid transitions, is an artistic flourish that never gets old. The user interface alone is groundbreaking. Far from being a mere series of static menus, it is a kinetic work of art that enhances immersion and reinforces the game's themes. Navigating through your options feels like flipping through the pages of an avant-garde comic book, with each selection oozing personality. This level of polish is rare, even among AAA titles, and it's one of the reasons why Persona 5 stands apart. The character designs by Shigenori Sorajima are equally iconic. Each member of the Phantom Thieves is visually distinct, with their outfits and personalities perfectly complementing their rebellious nature. Joker's sleek-back trenchcoat and mask exude quiet confidence and mystery, while Anne's bold red catsuit reflects her fiery resolve. The designs don't just look good, they tell a story. Even the game's dungeons, or palaces, are masterpieces of visual storytelling. Each palace reflects the distorted desires of its owner, from the oppressive grandeur of Kamoshida's castle to the garish excess of Kaneshira's bank. These surreal environments are not only visually stunning, but also thematically resonant, adding layers upon layers of meaning to the gameplay. What makes this visual experience truly remarkable is how seamlessly it integrates into the narrative. The visual cues are not just for spectacle, they serve a purpose. Whether it's shifting tones of the metaverse or the vibrant depictions of Tokyo's streets, the fusion of style and substance ensures that every frame of Persona 5 feels meaningful, making it a game that is as much of a joy to play as it is to look at. If the visuals of Persona 5 draw you in, then its music is sure to ensnare you, making you never want to leave. Composed by Shoji Meguro, the game's soundtrack is an intoxicating blend of jazz, funk, and rock that captures the essence of rebellion and camaraderie. It's not just hyperbole to say that Persona 5 has one of the greatest soundtracks in gaming history. Every track feels meticulously crafted to complement the game's tone and elevate its emotional beats. The battle theme, Last Surprise, is an infectious anthem that makes every encounter feel like an event. With its groovy bassline and Lin Inayazumi's soulful lyrics, it's impossible not to get hyped the moment the first notes hit. Then there's Life Will Change, a track that encapsulates the exhilarating rush of infiltrating a palace and challenging its ruler. The way the music swells during key moments, like the climactic boss fights, amplifies the tension and stakes, turning each battle into a memorable JRPG and Persona experience. But it's not all just high-energy tracks. The soundtrack also shines in its quieter moments. The much beloved Beneath the Mask, with its soothing melody and reflective tone, perfectly captures the duality of Joker's life as a phantom thief and as a high school student. It's the kind of music you can listen to for hours and never tire of, and it provides a much-needed respite from the game's more intense moments. Whether you're exploring Tokyo by night or sharing a heartfelt moment with a friend, the music enhances every single scene, making it unforgettable. The sound design further complements the soundtrack with effects that immerse you in the game's world. From the satisfying clicks of the menu navigation to the ambient noises of Tokyo's bustling city streets, every sound feels intentional and impactful. Together, the music and sound design come together to create an auditory experience that lingers long after you've put the controller down. At its core, Persona 5 is a story about rebellion against injustice, but it is so much more than that. It is a deeply personal tale of growth, friendship, and the struggle to find one's place in a flawed, power-hungry world. You play as a high school student who was unfairly branded as a criminal and sent to live out a probationary period in Tokyo. Despite the odds stacked against you, you form the Phantom Thieves, a group of misfits who take it upon themselves to expose and reform corrupt individuals by venturing into a supernatural realm known as the Metaverse. The narrative expertly balances its larger societal themes with intimate character moments. The game doesn't shy away from tackling heavy topics like abuse, exploitation, and the pressures of conformity, yet it does so in a way that feels authentic and impactful. Each palace represents a deeply personal struggle against oppression, and the victories feel earned because of the emotional weight behind them. For example, overthrowing Kamoshida early on in the game isn't just about defeating a villain, it's about liberating his victims and restoring their own sense of self-worth. What truly makes this story shine, however, is its characters. Joker, the silent protagonist, serves as the glue that binds the Phantom Thieves together, but it's the supporting cast surrounding him that truly steals the show. Ryuji's boisterous, Morgana's endearing arrogance, and Makoto's determined intellect all contribute to a dynamic ensemble that feels genuinely alive. The relationships you build through the game's social link system, or confidence in Persona 5, adds even more depth to these characters, making their personal victories feel like your own. Every interaction feels meaningful, and by the end of the game, you'll feel as though you've forged lifelong bonds with these characters. What elevates Persona 5's story is its pacing and structure. The game's calendar system adds a sense of urgency and realism, making each decision carry weight. Balancing school life, relationships, and the Phantom Thieves' missions creates a dynamic narrative that keeps you invested from the very start to the very end. This balance of personal and the epic is what makes Persona 5 not just a great story, but a deeply emotional and everlasting one. As a JRPG, Persona 5 takes the tried-and-true mechanics of turn-based combat and injects them with adrenaline. Battles are fast-paced and strategic, rewarding players who exploit enemy weaknesses with extra turns and devastating all-out attacks. The addition of the baton pass mechanic encourages teamwork, allowing players to chain attacks between party members for maximum efficiency. Every battle feels satisfying and rewarding, a testament to the game's impeccable design. The dungeons, or palaces, are another highlight. Unlike the procedurally generated floors of previous Persona games, each palace in Persona 5 is handcrafted labyrinth that is filled with puzzles, traps, and thematic enemies. The designs of these dungeons is both visually stunning and mechanically engaging, making exploration a joy rather than a chore. The stealth mechanics, while simple, add an extra layer of strategy, encouraging players to approach encounters with care. Outside of combat, Persona 5 excels in its life simulation aspects. Balancing the duality of a high school student and a phantom thief is a delicate dance that feels incredibly rewarding. Whether you're studying for exams, working a part-time job, or hanging out with your friends, every activity has meaning and contributes to your overall progression. The confidant system is particularly brilliant, offering both narrative and gameplay rewards. This system allows you to build relationships with your allies that not only deepens their character arcs, but also unlocks powerful abilities that enhance your overall effectiveness in combat. This synergy between story and mechanics is a hallmark of Persona 5, and it's one of the reasons why the game is so endlessly compelling. No discussion of Persona 5 would be complete without mentioning its incredible cast of female characters. The game's best girl debates have become a beloved part of its fan culture, and for good reason. Each character is thoughtfully written and deeply relatable. Whether it's the fiery determination of Anne, the quiet strength of Makoto, or the cheerful eccentricity of Futaba, every girl brings something unique to the table. But for me, the standout stars are Kasumi Yoshizawa from Persona 5 Royal and Anne Takamaki. Anne, one of the first members of the Phantom Thieves, embodies resilience and compassion. Her journey from a victim of Kamoshida's abuse to a confident and empowering young woman is inspiring. She isn't just a pretty face, she is a fierce fighter and a loyal friend who always puts others before herself. Her playful banter and heartfelt moments makes her one of the most endearing characters in the game. Anne's struggles and triumphs resonate deeply, making her an unforgettable part of Persona 5. Then there's Kasumi, the gymnast introduced in Persona 5 Royal. Her story arc is one of self-discovery and perseverance, and her elegance in both personality and combat makes her unforgettable. Kasumi's positivity and determination resonate deeply, making her a standout addition to the game. Her interactions with Joker reveal a vulnerability that makes her growth all the more rewarding. For me, Anne and Kasumi represent the best of what Persona 5 has to offer: strength, vulnerability, and unwavering spirit. The depth of these characters, combined with their compelling personal stories, ensures that the debate over Best Girl is as engaging as the game and the characters themselves. It is a testament to Persona 5's writing that these characters feel so real and so relatable, fostering a connection that lingers long after you've put down the controller. After all is said and done, Persona 5 stands tall as the definitive pinnacle of the Persona series. Its revolutionary impact is evident in every facet of its design, from the bold and stylish aesthetics to its finely tuned gameplay mechanics. The game's dazzling presentation, with its signature red and black color palette and unmatched soundtrack, elevates every moment into a sensory experience that few games can rival. The Phantom Thieves' journey through a corrupted society resonates deeply with the players, addressing issues that feel both universal and timely. Each character's story arc brings emotional depth and a sense of relatability, making it nearly impossible not to form a personal connection with the cast. Compared to its predecessors, Persona 5 takes storytelling to another level, seamlessly weaving social commentary into its gripping narrative without ever feeling heavy-handed. In my opinion, Persona 5 is the best Persona game ever released because it brings everything the series has always excelled at to all new heights. It combines breathtaking visuals, a deeply resonant and emotionally compelling story, as well as expertly crafted mechanics into one unforgettable package. And while its predecessors laid the groundwork, Persona 5 refined and expanded upon those foundations. And for these reasons and more, Persona 5 holds a special place in my heart as the crowning achievement of this much beloved franchise.